Welcome back. We're going to continue. I'm answering questions from you guys, questions that I haven't answered. It's been a long time. I've kind of just, I'm really sorry. But listen, if you guys have questions for me, you guys want to know my perspective on things, try to think of this, of me as we're all going out on break to the back of the restaurant, right? You got the milk crates lined up and we're all just sitting. It's just my turn to talk. That's all it is. It's just my 2 cents. And if you want to just say like, man, this guy doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, fair. You're good. We're good. I'm not stressing out over that. And if you get some value from it, that's super cool, man. If you get some value out of this at the end of this video, or you've been watching my videos and you want to support me, you can support me by hitting the subscribe button. You can support me by liking, sharing this video. If you want to get a hold of me, you can comment down below. I will see it, I will respond to it, and you might even get a video out of it. Or if you want a more personal experience, you can hop over onto Instagram at a hoe named Sway. DM me. I always answer my DMs. And usually when I answer my DMs, I'm going to tell you, man, my answers to your questions over there are usually so long. I hit that limit. So then I have to split it in half and then write the rest down on an empty text format and then send it back to Instagram. It's unnecessary, but I fucking care. You guys take the time to watch my videos. You guys take the time to comment. You take the time to reach out and ask me a question. I gotta at least show, I have to show the same courtesy. I have to show, the same respect back. So our first question comes from Billy Batson. That name confused me because I heard Billy Bats in my head. Okay. Billy Batson, not Bats, says, could you give some advice on midday shift change in terms of morning shift helping evening shift get ready for an evening rush? Also, do you have any advice on how to work effectively in a small kitchen? Let me start off with the second part of that question. You want to work effectively in a small kitchen? Because I have elbows. Keep them in. Okay? Tomorrow, today, whenever you guys go to work. Okay? Just a simple exercise. Where are your elbows? You guys work with your elbows out or your elbows in? It saves so much space. Let me tell you something. If you're saving 6 inches here, 6 inches there, that's a whole foot. That's a whole foot of space, man. Understand that, how do I do this, right? Some people, when they turn around, I've noticed they like to do a U turn around. Why don't you just stay on your axis and just rotate, right? Just turn your body around. I used to work in this kitchen the restaurant was built inside a house. And I just want you to take your normal everyday apartment kitchen. That was the whole kitchen. It was maybe it was just small. It was just really small, right? And again, you could only turn around and turn around. There wasn't a lot of walking space, and we get rocked. That kitchen would get slammed. And then and then the prep area was in a different room. And so you'd go across and behind the bar. And then behind the bar, not behind where the bar is, but behind the bar, behind that wall, was a prep room, which was it was about the size of it was really small. It was a closet space. It was, it was straight closet space. You had to walk sideways to get where you were going. We had 2 walk-ins each side. You'd come in and walk side to side. It was really uncomfortable, really claustrophobic. I don't know how PM did that because I was the AM guy. But best way is the neater you can work, the better. Keep your elbows in. When you turn, don't do these long turns. Just turn, I don't need to go on a walk and come back just to turn. I know some of you guys are doing that, so I know you think it's weird, but I'm telling you right now, there's cooks out there that think that's what turning is. Nah, man, just quick little turn, elbows in, work neat. The neater you work, the better it's gonna go. Economy and movement is your friend. Try not to do so many movements. Figure out a way to set up your station to work for you, which now we can go into the next question, which is AM, PM. This is currently a problem at the kitchen that I am at. PM service starts at 3. Morning crew ends at 3. Morning crew here has a nasty habit. As soon as 3 o'clock comes, peace out. Like, are you fucking kidding me? 3 o'clock, you're bouncing? So, the chef, we have yet to solve that problem. I can keep you guys updated. Because let me tell you something. As a cook, there's not much you can do. This is one of those things that it starts at the top. Okay? And I'll tell you about the last kitchen I was at. And we had a fantastic turnaround. AM, PM turn. First off, on our schedule, we had a start time. We didn't have an end time. I don't understand. Okay? I don't get why this restaurant has an end time. The reason why the end time is it gave wiggle room to either for you to do one more project or set up the station. So at the other kitchen, here's how it went. So PM crew comes in at 3 p.m. At 2 p.m. AM crew, we have a thing called 2 p.m. cleanup, right? So whatever you're doing, I don't give a fuck what you're doing. 2 p.m. you sweep and mop the line. 2 p.m., you take out trash bins. You begin to stock the whole station. You need to have backups ready. You got to have those third pin backups in the walk-in, some backups would keep on the line, sauces filled up, everything. Like, it needs to look like how it looked like when you came in. And chef was not having it if you just were fucking dipping it. And no one gave a fuck if you had another job. Figure it out. You're showing up late, or don't work. It like his attitude was just, to me, that's perfect. Because it's so, like, why would you have 2 jobs if you can't if you can't respect one of these jobs enough? It just seems super disrespectful. When I was working at the other place with, like, that small kitchen, sometimes the other restaurant would ask me to cover, and I'd be like, okay, I'm coming when I get off. And they're like, okay, when do you get off? I don't know. When the chef tells me I could leave. To me, that's the appropriate answer. When the chef says you can go, right? So what would the chef do at the other restaurants, like at, after 2 p.m. cleanup, right? We're just chilling. Probably starting on the last project we'll do, because we would always have one little project to do. So in this case, let's just say hummus, right? So I'd just be picking the parsley, just getting everything done on the station. In some instances, if it was slow enough, I could just go to the back of the prep area, and one of the other cooks could handle it. I would make sure, hey, do you mind doing tickets so I can start working on this? But they were also doing their own projects. Like grill would be making sure they're stocking up firewood, they're stocking up charcoal bags, everything. AM's focus is typically you prep and then start getting ready for PM cook aside from service. But that's if you're in a kitchen that's typical where PM is busier than AM. The kitchen where I'm at now is the complete opposite. Like AM are the beasts. They're the ones that are like their service are the ones that are getting rocked. They're getting rocked on lunch, brunch, breakfast. They're the kitchen. PM hits for us. It is just like dead. I don't care. I don't care about we have a party. We have the PM service is like one of the slowest PM places I've been in. I haven't been in a kitchen so slow at night since when I worked at like the first steakhouse I was at. It was like a hotel. It was in a hotel and it was okay. It was like one of those places that was probably like popping in the 90s, but then eventually just went away and just became a regular hotel that happens to serve reasonably good steaks. This was a place where like everyone was on their own fucking page. Like we get food out, but everyone was on their own page. I didn't realize there was like a proper way to do grill marks on a steak, because I'm telling you, man, these cooks were just slapping that steak on. You'd get some weird ass grill marks. So it's pretty slow. I mean, I'm talking like maybe 80 at night. That's not a lot. I mean, we can't even break 100 at night. So I think one of the reasons is because they still haven't offered reservations as an option in our place. Like, first off, we just opened up PM service a few months back. We're not starting reservations, which in the company, this company is just reservations. Like, that's just our clientele. Most of the people that come into these restaurants have reservations. But so we'll see how things go in January when we open up reservations, if it picks up. And if not, we might have to go with Chef's plan, which is Chef's plan is to maybe start treating PM like AM, where PM will be more prep focused versus AM, which is like service focused. So 2 p.m. cleanup, super important. You clean up, you set up the station. Like, who the fuck wants to show up at 3 p.m. and start, you start cooking and then like, oh, hold on, I gotta go take out the trash. I'm gonna go take out your trash. I get it, comrade. Our trash. Okay, guys. But it's just ridiculous. It's so disrespectful. Like, these people like will leave and it's like, dude, you don't want to take out the trash? I got another job. Then that's the word. I hate that. Like, you're gonna make me lose my shit, dude. I hate that. I don't care. After 2 o'clock cleanup, right? We would start our prep projects. Our last prep project, we'd ask the chef, "What do you want us to do before we leave?" And typically we'd leave around 4. So honestly, it's like you're just doing an hour extra work. If the shift was till 3. And once the other person came, as soon as the person came, it was immediately like, "Hey, what's up, dude? So this is what you got. You have this, and that. Oh, by the way, we're low on this. You have 3 setups for this and that." And if you didn't set up, hey man, you did some fucked up shit, the chef's gonna know. We tell the chef, and then they're just gonna let you know in the morning, like, "Hey, you didn't do this. You didn't set them up right. You didn't." So midday shift, change in terms, helping. Okay, yeah. So let's just wrap that up. So if you want to help, have time to clean up. Morning shift, seriously, clean up, set up PM right. Make sure you got backups. Make sure the line is clean. Make sure you've taken out the trash. Make sure they have backups. When the PM guy shows up, give him like a quick, like, "Hey, dude, service was pretty wild today. I didn't get to this. Sorry. Hey, dude, service was pretty slow. I was able to do this, and that. This is the last bottle of sauce for that. You have 2 more. You have 3 6-pans of that and 3 6-pans of that. I think you're set off of that." Like, and oh, hey, do you need anything else? I'm going to be in back finishing up the prep. Do you need anything from me? Okay, cool. If you need anything, let me know. I'll make it, prep it, whatever it needs. It's not that hard, but again, this is one of those things that it starts at the top. If the chef isn't enforcing it, if the chef's not on top of you guys, and let me take that back. I don't want to say on top of you guys because no one likes that. But if the chef, again, this is a whole other video, but like management, it's like dealing with kids. And having kids, I'm going to tell you, like, being on top of kids, like yelling or just some sort of like authoritative thing, it doesn't work for them. You know what does work for them? Finding ways to sort of engage in it. I'll get my hands right. I'll go, hey man, grab the mop and sweep. I'll take out the trash. Set a goal, make it a project, make it something that we can all work together in. But it starts at the top, dude. If you're not doing that, figure out a way you can start doing that with your line cook buddies. Start thinking like, hey, we should, let's help set them up, make it a goal. I remember in my when I first started working, me and my friend would always just like come up with ways to be better because we were both new. We wanted to be better cooks. And we do these corny little things that it was just really helping someone out. Or like some days we just fuck around in the kitchen and cook random shit. Like we'd take burgers and then like we'd wrap them in bacon and then just do different sauces and just fuck shit up, And our sous chef didn't give a shit. That guy was like on his newspaper in the prep area with his feet up. Like, we get orders? You guys good? Yeah? Okay. It was a lot of fun in that kitchen. But team. And again, getting a glimpse of management, it starts at the top. There's only so much the crew can do. There's only so much you can do. I'll tell you what not to do. Don't over stress on it. If you're just in a shitty situation like this, but you like the kitchen you're in, it's not, it just sucks because there isn't that good of a switch. Hang tight. When I figure out in the kitchen that I'm at how we're doing it, I'll report back. Until then, just if you're the PM guy, go in and ask like, hey, how am I on backups? Is there anything I need? There's not much you can do. I mean, that shift, man, it kind of just it falls on morning to make sure to set you guys up right. The same way, like, hey, how can I guarantee a smooth opening? It all falls on PM. Are they leaving you like a bunch of dirty ass dishes overnight? That's fucking gross. Are they stocking your station, or are you having to spend an unnecessary hour stocking your station because some guy decided he doesn't want to do that because it's you opening? Or like I've been in ones where we do our own prep list, so that way a lot of the times in the morning crew would tell us like, dude, we do not check that prep list. But it's helpful because sometimes I'll open up in the morning and I'll see a prep list from the night before and I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, that's right, I need to go do that. Midday shifts, AM to PM, I'm going to say that it falls a lot on AM to help. PM, just communicate, man. Try to have a good rapport with the AM guy. That's all I can really say about that. All right, and the last question of the video. What's the best way to deal with cuts on your hands while working? Yeah, so I know a thing or two about cuts. Let's see. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. He has wraps around my thumb. How does it go? Where are you? There you go. Right there. Go. That's a nice little cut. When it happened like that. So this cut, what happened was, it was my first time, like the first year working in a kitchen more or less first year working in a kitchen. And I was supposed to cut a wheel of Parmesan cheese. If you've seen it, those guys are big wheel Parmesan cheese. Me not knowing anything, I take it to the prep station where everyone's prepping. And I say where everyone's prepping, I say that important detail because understand, at no point did anyone stop and correct me. This is the shit I'm talking about, where it's like, guys, like, you can't just look at something that's going on that's wrong and not say anything. You gotta fucking speak up. You don't have to go and be like, don't fucking do that. But you can go and like, hey man, you need a hand? Looks like you're doing something. Or like, hey, just be careful because X, Y, and Z might have, like, this could have been prevented. That's what I want to get at. This could have been prevented. It's my own fault, but at the same time, other people that were more experienced than me could have said something. Because when I got cut, oh, you didn't know that? Hey, oh, I just saw you doing it and I knew that it was like, really, dude? I go towards the edge, right? Like, imagine this is the wheel, right? So I go towards the edge, right? And I'm like, if you've ever caught Parmesan cheese, you know that shit is dense as fuck, right? And so I'm pushing down on it. I don't know what happens, right? I push down, it kind of locks, and then what happens is this hand slips, and look, it's gonna match. It slipped, and then I just cut that fucker right open. Immediately, I felt everything tense, covered up with a towel. I ran it through water, thinking like, oh man, I cut myself. That really sucks. I need a Band-Aid. And I opened it. Holy fuck, you saw everything. I never took a picture of it, but like this part was like, it's just flap. Like, you could see everything. Like the doctor took a picture of it when she cleaned it up. She was just so impressed that I was able to like perfectly just like remove the skin. I did cut a tendon, so like the tendon that causes this like flicked all the way back. So that's an injury. A common injury that I've gotten before on my fingers would be from a Chinese mandolin. The only suggestion on that is just the same cutting motion while you're doing it, so that way your knuckles will take the cut, you know. And I'll even do this, or I'll do this. This is usually safer because it's a flat surface. But if I have to, I'll use it like that. I'll grab the thing, whatever I'm slicing, cucumber, whatever it is. Because I did that twice. I was doing like that and just cut myself. You know, obviously, curl your hand. Just safety shit. Nothing crazy. But dealing with cuts in your hands is first, guys, quit being a fucking hero. Like, stop with this Rambo. You're a cook. Okay, you're not a Navy SEAL. You're cooking poached eggs at a high rate, at a high volume. You're making pancakes. You're grilling a steak. And you have the audacity to stand there in your fucking coke with your arms crossed, chin up, looking at me like you fucking killed Osama bin Laden. Get the fuck out of here, man. Okay? The same way, you're not a UFC fighter. What you're gonna go in there like you guys see that meme, that awful meme of the guy showing his arms like all fucked up and cut. It's like, in one world you live. Like, I don't want that guy in my kitchen. Like some clumsy ass kid that's just burning himself left and right. He's like, oh, I'm a badass. Look, I hope your restaurant has a first aid kit. Use that shit. You get a cut? So my understanding is, say you get a burn, right? There's two most common things that will happen in the kitchen. You're gonna get a cut, right? You get a cut. I've heard DIY things like crazy glue. I had a chef when I cut the tip of my finger. That guy, I was about to say that asshole, but he suggested I put my hand on the flat top to cauterize the wound. Another guy suggested the fryer, and these people weren't kidding when they said that. They were very serious, like that's an option. So with this one, it wouldn't stop bleeding. I went to the ER for that. I said, fuck it. Again, I'm not trying to fucking impress anyone. I don't care if you think that's pussy shit. I don't fucking care. I got medical help for that, and I got medical help for that. Burns, I'll usually put like a burn ointment on. I remember, so one time I was on a saute station and I'm grabbing some old sautés, and Grill needed a saute we sold a brie cheese order, right? We'd grill the brie cheese and melt on the inside. It was a really good dish, but someone didn't want to cook on the grill. I think it was an allergy thing. So saute pan, oil, put the brie in, put it in the oven, right? Brie came out nice, great, gooey, melty, beautiful. He sets it aside. He doesn't tell me. And as I'm grabbing everything, again, this is a learning experience for me. I'm grabbing the saute pans, right? Let's just say the pen is the saute pan. Just imagine like this, right? And I'm trying to go around someone. I'm like, oh, behind, and I do this. And all the hot oil spilled. You can't really see it anymore. It used to be. I mean, there's still kind of like discoloration a little bit. But all this. I'm talking like smoking fresh out of the oven. Like any harder and it'd be sizzling. That fucker just, oh my God. And I was like on the line in service. So I like zoom my bolt. I was straight line. I made that straight line to the dish pit. I'm like, go, 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 go. And I ran it. I've heard you should run it in warm water. So that's kind of what I do instead of cold water. You don't want to like tense the skin up. But warm water doesn't need to be hot. So I ran it with warm water, and then yeah, I just put burn cream. Burns should be kept open. You gotta give them breathing room, okay? Sorry if that's not the answer you wanted, but breathing room for burns. Let them breathe. That's the best way. You don't want to cover it up. I mean, if you gotta cover it up because service, you don't want to get dirty, that's fine. I completely understand. But when you're off, dude, cover it up. Some burn cream, rest. Cuts, same thing. Most of the cuts that I make myself these days are like right here because I'm doing this, you know? So I do get cuts quite commonly on my knuckles. That's not uncommon. The handles, you know, like that's a handle. What else? I mean, most of the burns that I have on my arm are really because, like, let's say this is the table and here's the saute pan handle, you know? And they'll just hold it out, and then you just walk into it, and that fucking sucks. When I started cooking, I didn't know to, I would grab the saute handle like that, which would leave room right here. And then when you can't see it, I don't know if you can see it on camera, like right here, I have like permanent, like little scars, like burn scars. Because for the first 3 months, I was just stubborn, and I'd be burning myself constantly. Until I learned, oh, hey, you know what? Just learn to hold the saute pans here. They just felt heavier to me. When I started working the saute pans felt heavy. But injuries, cuts on the line, dude, that's just, it's a hard fact of life. On a deeper level, I would just say slow down what you're doing. Like, that's great that you need to go fast. I'm sure you have to do like a blue top of onions to caramelize every night. I'm sure, you know, there's some places we do that. We do that where I'm at. Work at the pace that you are comfortable with or at the pace that you're good with. The speed comes over time. Okay? There's nothing worse than chop, 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 trying to be that badass, and you're instructing a guy and you're like, and then when you're good, you can do it without looking. Because I've seen that shit happen. The guy said that and then he cuts himself because he wasn't looking. So leave the fake shit to the tryhards. Leave the fake shit for TV. Leave the fake shit to the home cooks. Those guys love that shit. They love the sexy ta-ta-ta-ta-ta. They love turning on the chef movie and just putting that thing on a continuous loop of what's his face, just chopping. And he's like, oh, what time is it? Hold on, you need the effect of the sound. So, oh, what time is it? Oh my God, he's such a badass. Did you see how he cut that vegetable without fucking looking? Man, I wish I could do that. Safe, man. Just be safe. Be super safe. I don't give a shit what people say about getting help or medical care. Dude, you do what you need to do, okay? That's why the company pays for insurance, okay? They pay for insurance to get shit like that covered. Don't be a hero. Warm water for burns. Leave it open. Cuts. Neosporin, a Band-Aid, or the little finger condom things. And overall, you can prevent them just by being safe, not being a fucking hero, not trying to be a badass. Take your time. Don't chop fast if you're not good at it. Like, you'll get there. You gotta just allow your body's gonna show you. You know, you can't just be like, oh, I've done it for 3 months. I'm just gonna go for it. One day, you're just gonna catch yourself like, oh shit, I'm doing it. Let that be the moment so you can have that moment of enjoyment, okay? Don't rush it because then it's not as enjoyable. It's much more enjoyable when you just realize it When you're not trying, you're trying your best to be better at it. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you got something out of it. If you found this useful in any way, help me out. Subscribe, like, share. Especially if you think there's anyone, a family member, a friend, just anyone you think would get some value from these videos. You know, this is my value. My videos are more than just, hey, say corner. It's a fucking culture out there, and I think that's what I'm showing in these videos, is that cooking, the kitchen goes deeper. It's a lot more interesting than fucking anything foodies will see on Food Network. Anyway, take care. I love you guys. Have a great service.